Hey guys, it's Ryan back here again, and today I'm reviewing Star Wars The Vintage Collection Wave 6 AT-RT driver from Revenge of the Sith. So anyways, let's move this guy aside here, and let's go over the packaging here first. So as you can see, they included a picture of the AT-RT with the driver up here in the top from Revenge of the Sith. Then down here in the bottom we got the Kenner logo. Also up here in the top says AT-RT driver, and then we have the Revenge of the Sith logo. Also up here on the tippy top we have the warning labels as well as the unpunched card. So on the back here it shows the rest of the figures from the wave. We got the Clone Trooper, Luke Skywalker, Fiax Sirich, General Lando Calrissian, and Weequay. Then up here on the top we have the original picture for the figure, which was back in 2004 through 2005. And it says, celebrate the legendary Star Wars saga that changed the universe forever. This collection brings to life the incredible story of good versus evil that captured our imagination and took us to a galaxy far, far away. Iconic Star Wars heroes and villains are captured with incredible detail and premium features to commemorate each epic tale of the Star Wars saga. May the Force be with you. So that's what it says. Up here on the top we got the Vintage Collection logo as well as the Vintage Collection number, which is 46. So anyways, let's go over this figure here. So, just like if you see my Clone Trooper review, it's the same exact mold. So, it's not a repainted mold or anything. Wave 6, they included a completely new Clone Trooper mold for the Star Wars line. And this is basically the ultimate Clone Trooper mold, and it's just plain awesome. But anyways, if you're going to have a new sculpt, you're going to have new weapons. So not only did they include a DC-15 rifle with this guy, they also included this new weapon, which is sort of like a grenade launcher type rocket launcher weapon. It's pretty cool. It's got a flat black paint on it. It looks really nice. They put some detail into it too. It looks really cool. And the cool thing about it is that it has this little sling on the side of it. But the really cool thing about it is that it has two pegs on the side of the gun, and you can actually remove the sling if you want to, so he can just hold the weapon by itself without the sling. So I thought that was really cool, and that's a nice little feature that they added onto there. Then the sling itself, it has this like little detonator type thing on it. It's painted silver with a red dot on the center. It's also got this little pouch right here as well. So it comes with that weapon. Then he also comes with the DC-15 rifle, like I mentioned, and this is the new version that's included with that was included with the Clone Trooper from this wave. It's basically the ultimate version of the DC-15 rifle, and I highly recommend they continue to use this one and retire the old ones because it's just got a ton of detail and it's very accurate. So really cool rifle. And the cool thing about it is that it's not really flexible like the other ones. It's made of a more solid plastic, so it doesn't really bend as much as the other ones. And they also added some paint to it, such as these silver details, as you can see here. So he comes with that, and he also comes with two more accessories, one of them being the removable helmet here. So the helmet has some really fine paint on it. I really like how they painted it. It's got the two white stripes up here in the top with the green. The antenna over here is black. For the visor it's all white, and the eyes are black, of course. And then they added this real glossy beige color, which is also used on the figure itself, but it's flat. But you know, they did some really nice job on the sculpting and the details on it too, and it's just a really cool looking helmet. It's made of a more solid plastic, but it still is a little flexible though. But you know, pretty cool helmet. And then he also includes one more accessory, which you can see here on his back, which is, I'm not exactly sure what it is. I believe it's a jetpack of some sort, or it might be something that hooks up to the AT-RT, since he is a AT-RT driver, but it is removable though, so it is considered an accessory. So as you can see here, he has a little hole in his back, and then there's a peg on whatever this thing is, but you just plug it in right there. It also has like this little black H painted onto it. I believe that's just because it's a coincidence that's in the shape of an H there. It's got that. There's some nice details they painted onto the top of it, as well as these little, whatever these are, these two dots on it. But yeah, so that's pretty much for accessory wise. While I have the helmet off here, I want to show you guys the new head sculpt. So the other Clone Trooper, if you saw my review for Wave 6, they included a completely different head sculpt with this one. I was quite surprised about that. I thought they were going to include the same head sculpt, you know, kind of be cheap Hasbro like they are, but surprisingly they actually included a different head sculpt, and I prefer this one more. It looks more accurate over the other one. It's got a fairly decent hair sculpt onto it, and the facial expression looks really nice. So I really like this one, but the other one they included with the plain white clone trooper, it just doesn't really look that right. But I really like this head sculpt. They did a nice job on it. So let's put the helmet back on this guy. Paint for this, paint for him. The base, we have a light green for the torso. Then there is a secondary beige color, which was, like I mentioned, for the helmet that they use for the arms as well as the upper part of the legs. Then there's also another secondary color, which is this white cream type color they use for the bottom part of the legs. Then they do use black for the joints, of course, and as well some other accents onto the figure, such as on these lines on the legs, on the back as well, and some other parts of the figure. What else? Details for this guy. He's got a really nice pouch on his thigh right here that's attached to the belt. There's another pouch as well on the other side, but it's a lot smaller. The belt actually has some silver details painted onto it, which you can see there. And yeah, what else? Unlike the other clone trooper, the plain white one from this wave, they did add some extra details to it because, you know, he's an AT-RT driver. He's not just some plain old clone trooper that's running around. So they did add this little ammo pouch type thing that's going around his thigh here, and as well as there's a groove up here in the top of the chest armor that's not on the plain clone. So they have that. There's also two red stripes, which you can see right there in the torso, and also the shoulder pads are completely different from this clone. So yeah, he does have some differences other than just paint and the helmet, of course. But anyways, articulation for this guy, he has ball-jointed head, and just like the other clone trooper from this wave, they included new articulation for the sculpt. So he has the new articulation for the shoulders, which is ball-hinged, and the cool thing is the shoulder armor actually goes inside the figure when you try to move the arm up. If you remember the old version of the clone trooper mold, the armor would be caught in the way, kind of the shoulder armor would get in the way when you try to raise his arms up in the air. So now you can raise his arms all the way up if you wanted to, so that's really cool. Of course, he has the new ball-hinged elbows, and he has swivel wrist. Actually, he doesn't have ball-jointed wrist like the other clone trooper from the wave, but he does have a ball-hinged, ball-jointed waist. He has the new articulation for the hips, which is ball-hinged as well. The new articulation for the knees, which is ball-hinged, as well as the new articulation for the ankles, which is ball-hinged. So a lot of good new articulation on these figures, and it looks, you know, really cool. So anyways, that's pretty much it for this figure. They did a really nice job on him. Some nice details. I really like the head sculpt and the helmet sculpt, and the accessories are really fantastic in my opinion. I like how they made the sling is removable on this new weapon here. So pretty cool. So anyways, that's pretty much it for this figure. I'm going to rate him a 5 out of 5. Hasbro did an outstanding job on this new clone sculpt, and I really recommend that they continue to use this one in the future and retire the old one. So anyways, he's currently not out at retail, but he should be in a couple weeks. The retail price is $7.99, but it may vary at the store you buy it at. So anyways, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys in the next video.